Welcome to Classiest Place on Earth. How the fuck are you all doing? I hope it's. How did I just get splashed with water? Um, I'm just gonna ignore that. Good fucking morning! Welcome to the classiest whatever Sunday ever.
Hail Satan or something.
I've got a narrow hole. I can only fit so much wood in me.
That was requested. You're welcome.
Good morning. It's Vex. It's the same. It's kind of like it just fluctuates all day. It really sucks. It's kind of just the same. It's like it, when I wake up, I'm like a mucus farm because my life, and then it gets really sore, and then I drink coffee and it gets better, and then I stream, and then it's bad. I don't know. Like, it's just not going anywhere. It's just the same. I got nothing. It sucks. I hate it so much. But I like it. I don't like Zach doesn't wake up in the morning, so I don't talk before stream, like unless I scream at the dogs for some reason. And so I kind of forget. And then the dogs do something, and I'm like, come inside. But it was like, come inside. And I was like, oh God, I need to speak. And so I just sang for an hour and warmed my shit up. But if you've ever seen Pitch Perfect, I very much sounded like the chick with the nodes, the croak, the thing. Good morning, BDO. Good morning, Reviled. Good morning, Zoe. Good morning, Kinger. Good morning, Doko BG. How are you? Good morning. Dude, I'm not kidding you. I was literally thinking about it last night, Kinger. I think like a good third of my daily calories right now is Ricola. 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 I'm living off of it. Because I mean, it hurts. Like I can't swallow. Like swallowing hurts. That's the worst thing. So I'll just, your mouth salivates and you go to swallow spit and I'm like, ow. Yeah, it sucks. I'm living off it. And it like I don't do this. I don't advise this. I'm having to go to sleep with a lozenger in my mouth, which means I could fucking inhale it and suffocate. I'm well aware. But I can't. Like every night, almost on cue at the same time, like 3 o'clock in the morning, I wake up with a tickle in my throat, cough for a fucking hour, and then go back to sleep. I don't know. I hate it. I'm over it. I was over it a year ago. I'm fucking over it. Just that alcohol, dude, if I drank, if only. It is, but what do you do? I mean, it can always be worse, right? My coffee, I'm just a mess. My coffee just spit up on me. Why? Alive, just managing lurking for entertainment. Dude, I mean, what else do we do? I'm Queen Lurker. I totally support that. Yes, I'm chugging literally I got V8, I got naked mango juice and apple juice, like natural juices, and I'm just like peeing my life out. I'm so hydrated right now. I wonder if making a ginger honey gargle would work. I've been doing that every day. Like I've been doing tea with honey, sleepy like not sleepy tea, throat coat tea with honey. I've been doing gargling hot salt water in the morning. That's one thing I do cuz what's you can see it. Like this lump right here, that's my tonsil. And it's just huge. It's just like irritated and it won't I just want it to die. I need it to die now. It needs to get over itself cuz I'm over it. Ow. Dude, Fisherman's Friend or Dank. Those are actually I do have those in my purse. Took me a long time to trust them, but they actually do work. Same. Yeah, it's still the one side. Yep, it's just this side, nothing. I mean, I feel nothing. It's just this side. And it's almost like if I go too long without drinking something or talking, it just starts to swell. It's really weird. That's why, like, after stream, it starts to hurt really bad because I talk all day and I'm fine. And then after stream, I like go silent for 2 hours. And then when Zach gets off work and I try to talk, it's like instant pain. It's very strange. I don't know. Show me them tonsils. I showed it to Zach. Zach has to see them because I was like, I just need to know how big it is. It's totally like occluding the airway. It's big. You know, I called my doc about it, and he said that if I don't feel shitty, I should probably just wait it out. I asked because antibiotics. Like I try not to take antibiotics. I try not to take any pills really. Like if you can, just so they work when I want them to. Like that's the whole. You guys know this. I don't need to tell you, but the world has overused antibiotics for quite some time, and we've fucked ourselves because of that. So I tried to stay away from him, but I called him because I think it feels like strep a little bit, and I've had strep many, many, many times in my life. And yeah, he said like as long I don't feel sick. Like I don't, you know what I mean? Like when you're sick, you kind of feel like ugh, and kind of sweaty but cold at the same. I don't have anything. It's just pain. I wish reviled, dude. I was talking about that. Literally, this has been going on for like weeks now. When it first started, I don't. I think it was like a weird like time in medicine where when I was a kid, where they were just like, we're not going to take anything out of kids ever. Like, if it's not exploding, we're not taking it out. So my whole life, I've suffered like tonsil infections and tonsillitis, and I've always had these swollen, fucking huge tonsils. And my tonsils are naturally, according to every doctor I've ever been to, really big, anyways. And they just won't take them out unless they're killing you. And I've heard that when you're an adult, it's like horrifically worse. Like, I've literally spoken to adults to say it's the worst pain they've ever experienced in their life. I know, the one side is the weird thing. I think because I'm so on top of it, Vex, like, I've been chugging juice and, saltwater gargles and all that, it's not like, the infection isn't moving. Like, normally, you get an infection, it drips into your lungs, you get a lung infection, you cough, blah, 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 like, the cycle of a postnasal drip. I think because I'm constantly, like, hacking up loogies and fighting it, I'm not letting it move. I don't know. Bodies are weird, right? Bodies are fucking weird. So your only symptom is sore throat and swollen. Nope, no fever, no nothing, no sick feeling. Just the tickle in my throat at 3 a.m. and then this swollen fucking tonsil. Yeah, that's it. I feel fine. Other than being very frustrated by it and angry. Like I get pissed off, but other than that, I'm fine. It sucks. Yes, actually, Vex. Yes, but mine doesn't. Unfortunately. I mean, I didn't go to the dentist to have them squeeze around in it, but my doctor told me what to do, and there's nothing in there. I have tonsil stones, which are fucking disgusting. But that's about it. Good morning, Jade. How are you, love? I wonder if it might have localized irritation tear on the tonsil from aggravating it. Your vocal exercises on stream. Yeah, I've thought about that, and I'm not saying that's not what's happening. Like, I'm not making excuses. I do scream a lot, and I yell a lot, and I'm a very loud person. But I noticed I was just, like, kinda fucking with it the other day, and when I took, Rod to the airport. I have to pick him up tomorrow, don't let me forget. When I took Rod to the airport on Friday, on my way home, I was stuck in traffic, and I turned up the music and sang, and I haven't been singing because of this irritation, and it actually felt so good. Like, it was almost I don't know, it felt really good, like, there was no pain at all. And there's no pain with talking. It's just when I go to swallow, it's like, ugh, gotta rake past that fucking lump. Good morning, Zintek, how are you? I know, I've thought about it. I wish. Like, I wouldn't deny that. I would definitely, like, take a day off stream. I did that. I did that this week. What day? Wednesday? Was it this week? I don't know. Time is fucking false. I took a day off in some time this past 2 weeks just to, like I was like, "If I just don't speak for 24 hours, leave it the fuck alone, it should be good." Nothing. I mean, it's the same. It did nothing. Like, there was literally nothing. No improvement at all. My anaconda don't want none unless you got tonsils, hun. You can do side bends and sit-ups? What's a throat it? I don't know where to go with that one. Oh my god, I saw a crazy TikTok this morning though. Fuck. Not a TikTok. It was Instagram. I wish I could pull that shit up on my computer to show you guys. It was a dude who sang like from the windows to the walls till the sweat drip down my balls, but like to the song, a Boston song. What song was it? Keep on Believing or something like that, but it was fucking great. It was amazing. This band followed you on Instagram? Shut the fuck up, you're famous. Humming and singing. I mean, honestly, it felt so good. It was like I think there's something about singing, it actually relaxes your throat muscles, and maybe because I've been so tense, like, my throat muscles are, like, raking up on it or something like that. I don't know. I don't know. It's very strange. Good morning. I hope your day goes well. Maybe bruising someone. Do tonsils bruise? They can, but I haven't done anything to bruise them. Like, I'm not stabbing the back of my tonsils with a dick or anything. Something controlled or gentle might make it feel better, almost like a massage. I know, I wish I was too. I rub it and I put, like, heat pads on it and stuff at night. I don't know, I think it's just something I gotta, like, wait for the stupid course of it to go through, which sucks. What? This woman oh, shit. This woman tracked the guy who was being an asshole stalker? What? Wait. Wait, hold on. I have to see this. She tracked the guy who's creepy wait, a guy was creepy like, what do you mean by creepy? Like, just, like, all over her profile, commenting creepy shit and being, like, fucking inappropriate, like, that kinda shit? May have to, like, of having to make consonants and just letting the vibes relax. I think that's it. I think it's, like and you're not, you know, at least American speakers, like, we have a lot of how do you say this? We, like, cut our breath between every single word. It's like, throughout everything. That's probably causing stress on my vocal cords in some way, you know? Mhm. I've tried that. I've done the CBD ointment. It didn't do anything. Like, I have topicals and I put it on there. I think it's too deep in. I did that too. I'm really open to ideas, though. I'm not just trying to shut down ideas. Like, I've literally just been trying the ringer. I don't know what else to do. What? Being an inappropriate ass calling her crazy bitch? People need a hobby. God. Seriously, am I the only one that thinks that? I all the time. Like, I have so many hobbies that I barely have time to think about important things, let alone waste my life doing shit like this. Just fucking get a hobby, read a book, pick up a paintbrush. I don't fucking know. Look at corn. Whatever the fuck you want to do. This is not it. Beth and Sexy are together in the same vicinity right now, and I'm hella jealous. Good morning, ladies. How the fuck are you? If you didn't catch the preface of the video we're just watching, essentially, this dude was cyber stalking and harassing this woman for an extended period of time. So she got fed up and fucking went and found him and outed him for it. And that gives me so many boners. Holy shit. So fucking horny right now. Fuck. That is beautiful. Beautiful. Fuck, dude. Sarah, my love, how are you? Hello from the couch. How is the couch? I would love to. You're not that far away. Oh, I live for MLM Graph Lady. I live for MLM Graph Lady. Oh my god, what is her name? If you have links to that shit, Beth, I would love to watch those with chat. I also like so preface, there's this woman on TikTok, I think. I don't know. I'm an Instagram person, so I see all the TikToks like 20 weeks later. So whatever. I see the same shit just like late. And what she does is she's done the research on all of the mean girls she went to high school with and what MLMs they now participate in. MLM meaning pyramid scheme, door-to-door salesmanship bullshit. It's oh Sally, it's so good. Oh, it's so good. It's fucking amazing. I hate that it's on my phone and I don't know how to fucking pull it up on my PC. She's incredible. It's like she's done a 3-part series, literally. And all of the information is public information that she's just getting off these women's Facebook profiles, you know? And probably the best part is I think it's by Beth, correct me if I'm wrong. I think it's by part 2. Actually, someone from her high school, like, messaged her or something and was like, "Can you stop putting all my information out there for everyone to see?" Blah, 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 and, like, attacked her. So she made a part 3 and literally sits there and goes, "You're not in my video. I forgot you existed. Thanks for noticing, though." And it's just art. It's so, oh God. Oh, Beth found it. Oh, Beth found it. Beth is our fucking hero. Oh, I love you so much. I mean, I already love you so much. Is this part one? Or is this the one where she sasses off to the woman because she like gets pissed and she's not even in her fucking video? They're great. Hold on. I hate TikTok. No, this is part two. Is part two better? Or should we start with part one? It's the Danger Belcher. That's her TikTok name, which is fucking great. Hold up. Where the fuck? I want part one real bad. It's so good. I know that's part one. Give me part two. Come on, bitch. I'm gonna get it. I'm gonna get it. Don't worry, Beth. I'm gonna get it. I'm gonna fucking get it. Where is it? Fuck. She has too many TikToks. Holy crap. Holy. How does someone look at themselves on their phone this often? Jesus Christ. Oh my God. Are these videos like that old? The MLM ones? Because damn. I'm just scrolling like eternally. I'm just gonna Google it because like, TikTok sucks. How the anti-MLM. Wait, did I find it? Wait. I love poo. Me too. Thank you so much for subscribing to my YouTube. Hold on. The Danger Belcher. What a fucking good name. The Danger Belcher MLM. I want part one. What the fuck? Oh, did I find it? Oh my God, did I do it? No. I hate myself. I'm bad at this. I guess we just get part two because her TikTok sucks and I can't find part one. Literally, like, can I just show you guys this? This is why I fucking hate TikTok. If you don't know what an MLM is, an MLM, a MLM, it is a multi-level marketing company, i.e. a pyramid scheme. Essential oils, Mary Kay makeup, Tupperware, fuck, name one. There's so many out there. Avon, yeah. Anything where someone's like, hey, sell a bunch of this product and we'll pay you. And if you get people under you to sell more, we'll pay you more. Pyramid scheme. That's what MLMs are. Does that make sense? Kirby vacuums. There you go. Yep. LuLaRoe nail wraps. Oh my God. Do you remember those fucking... Oh, there was a girl in my high school. Bless. So many... Almost my entire graduating class of women is MLMs. It's pretty crazy. Like, I'm not friends with any of them, but they're on my Facebook. So every once in a while I go stalk and I'm like, oh, you're still selling that, huh? Good for you. But one of them is still trying to push saran wrap. It's saran wrap, but allegedly you wrap it around the core of your body, go to sleep, and lose an inch on your waist. But literally you're just like sweating yourself stupid while you sleep. And the videos of her on Facebook, like wrapping herself in cellophane, are so fucking funny. I feel bad because I know she's trying to be serious. I know she's trying to make $1, but like, bitch, what? Or you don't need a medical degree for that to be a bad idea, right? Like, what? I've never heard downline. What is that? The wraps. LuLaRoe, just open a credit card to buy the stuff from us to sell. You'll have it paid off in no time. Exact. Oh my God, did you know there's an MLM now for oysters? Before we watch this, sorry, I think MLMs are fascinating. Anyone getting sucked into that shit fucking scares me. There's an MLM where you buy oysters, shuck them, and sell the pearls that you might get. I have no words. There are no words. It's just you got to be real desperate, right? You got to be fucking really hungry. Oh, sex. No. Your sister's in an essential oil MLM. Does she drink it? The human sweat burrito. That's not how it works. Exactly. Human sweat burrito does not make you lose weight. My God. Okay. I'm sorry. We're going to keep watching this. But seriously, on that note, Vex, if you are blessed to just be a charismatic human being, how come they how come it morphs into manipulation always? Because, like, arguably, we like, in general, people enjoy a charismatic person. Why do they like, aren't they already enjoyed? Why do they need more? Like, what is that about charisma? What the fuck is that? I don't know. I'm insanely jealous of people that are just like, so relaxed and blend in and comfortable and they can just talk to anyone and they usually end up turning into or just being fuckwads. And you're like, why? You already had it. You had the tools, motherfucker. You know how hard all of us work for those tools? One of my brother and his wife got sucked into one of that sold like the type of crap you find at gas stations. Oh, yep. Incense. Oh my God. Oh, it's health supplements. Okay. Yeah. If they're not put in check by somebody, that's so fucked up. 2,400 milligrams of edibles. Oh my God, Luna, did they go to the hospital? That's too much. Did they do that on purpose? Because I'm going to be honest. Raise your hand if you don't know better. I mean, you don't have to consume weed to know that, how many milligrams? 2,400 milligrams of edibles is probably a bad idea. What? Vex, that's exactly what it is. I mean, no shit. Did you guys hear? Was it last year? Oh God, Louis C.K., the old C.K. I got it now because that fucker fucked up. Ha 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 ha. The Louis C.K. He won Comedy Album of the Year last year, and I didn't even know he released one because he fucking is a pervert, but like no one did any. They were like, he just jerked off in front of people. It's like whatever. What the fuck? Totally fine. Doing stand up and shit. I'm confused. It's interesting when people get into natural medicine because Big Pharma is scummy and just want money to treat symptoms, but don't realize the alternative medicine is also big business that often does nothing or is actively harmful to your health. 100%. That's the scariest thing about supplements, vitamins, anything that you're not getting from a pharmacy, like the pharmaceutical aisle, like Aleve and shit like that, or from a doctor. It doesn't have to be approved by the FDA at all. So they can claim it gives you wings and makes your butthole sparkle and sell it. And if it doesn't do it, there are no repercussions. It could also literally kill you and there are no repercussions. Like supplement stores, everything in there is just whatever. You're rolling some fucking dice, let me tell you. There's no regulation for it in the States at all. It's common sense, right? The fuck? I don't know my dosage at all, but I can recognize that it's far too much. Thank you, Frame. That's what I'm saying. Like, I don't eat edibles. They fuck me up or they do nothing. I mean, in Colorado, they literally, if you buy weed in Colorado, they put it in a paper bag and they staple a pamphlet as big as my ass to it with all the large print directions on how to not fuck yourself up on edibles because so many people did it in this state. People just want to lose their mind. I don't get it. It takes me 30 to get high, right? I mean, come on. No, Nick, did I miss it? Nick, I might have missed it. I might have just totally missed it. Sorry. Stream when that whole thing went down. I don't remember who said it first. Was it Ron DeSantis or some fuck twat? Was like, drag queens are grooming babies. And my response was, I've never seen a drag queen outside of a club, and clubs require you to be 21 or over to drink. So, like, how the fuck are children and they're getting groomed? And then the community explained it to me this way. It's a law that essentially makes it so any citizen can call the cops on a trans human being because that citizen does not believe that your gender matches your gender performance. It makes being trans illegal. And on a second offense, it's a fucking felony. That's what they're doing. They don't actually believe drag queens are grooming children. It's a workaround law so that any fucking bitch fart out there can be like, oh my God, there's a man wearing a dress. But it's a fucking trans woman going about her daily life just trying to buy goddamn groceries. That's what it is. It's disgusting. And this is why it's so important to speak to people who are actually experiencing the bullshit. I can't stand that people that literally are not trans try to speak to the trans experience. Like, go fuck yourself. You can't. It's impossible. You must speak to the people experiencing the bullshit because I would have never conceptualized that as a not trans person. But I want to know that. That is fucking vital to me because otherwise I'm just like, what the fuck is this? Someone ate drag? You know what I mean? I don't know if it went through, did it? Oh, Florida, I know. Fucking Florida. I got nothing there. The fucking shit fart. I read some really incredible scholarship on Exodus and decolonialism. God, that word's hard for me. CS Exodus is when the Hebrews are enslaved, when Yahweh enacts violence on Egypt, and when the Hebrews reach the promised land and take over the promised land. This one quote I remember in particular is from Wafala 2011 when talking about our love for the Moses narrative. Quote, no wonder Western civilization with its ravenous colonial appetite for other people's lands found the Exodus story such an ally. If you do it in the name of God, you can literally do anything. Like genocide an entire fucking continent. Yeah. Fucked up. That's very poignant though. You can believe it in whatever you want. Aliens, lizard people, God, renegade AI, the powers that be, as long as you don't force it on anybody else. I agree so hard. That's my biggest, like, I just have never understood that, like, weird drive some people have. And I think this is just an opinion. Like, just an opinion. My very personal opinion. Just being raised in that like Catholic weird atmosphere. And I'm half Jew, so half Jew, half Catholic, very fucking tumultuous religious family. I think the type of religious people who feel the absolute like drive and need and like it's their fucking goal in life to convert you to their religion, I think it stems from a very deep-seated insecurity in their own faith. And the only way they can like justify their faith and make their faith make more sense to them is if they convince other people to believe in it. And then they're like, okay, well, if they believe in it, if I can convince them, then it's got to be real, even though in my mind I know it's not. I don't know, though, because I know a lot of wonderful religious people who believe in God or whatever, and they don't. Literally, had we not started a conversation specifically about that, I would never have known. Like, it's private. It's their private, practice, whatever, as it should be. Hi, Bubba. Hello, little void. What are you up to? Yep, Koto, he probably saw this, yeah. They started with trans, then it's birth control, abortion, and now they're trying to overturn Oberfell. Yeah, it's disgusting. I mean, it's just fucking attack. It's just pure attack. In the name of God, I need $1 billion, right? If God exists, smite me right now. Set me on fire. Prove it to all these people. It'll be good for you. Well, shit. And if you repent, you can do anything, right? That's the Catholic bullshit. Like, that stuff, my Nana had a word for it. Like, I feel like my Nana was like a guilt Catholic. Like, she was raised in a Irish Catholic orphanage by nuns. And so it was so fucking deep-seated, like, in her that she followed it to a T, but was super bitter about it and, like, kind of negative. And she would call those kind of people 6-day sinners. That was her word for them. She's like, of course you can repent for everything, but those are the 6-day sinners. People that do whatever they want and then go to church on Sunday and just like ask for forgiveness for whatever they want. It was funny. She was a funny lady. And Biden being like, I refuse to sack the court. Like, you can solve this by putting a truly ridiculous number of people on the court. Like, half the population of New York. It would take so long for every judge to review the case and chime in. It would leave any ruling at a stand. Plus, you would effectively create a UBI for all the people you signed up as judges. That would be fucking funny, though. I would laugh. Untouched fear. Fear of what? I have a lot of options going through my head. I think a lot of people use religion or use church as therapy. I agree. And like, again, if you're not imposing it on anyone else, trying to shove it down anyone else's throat, trying to convince me that you're right. Fucking believe in lizard people. Believe in fairies and goblins and like whatever. Believe. I don't give a fuck. Like, I don't give a fuck if you're not hurting anybody. Like, keep it to yourself. Worship a statue made of bubblegum. I don't give a shit. Like, just do your own thing. It's the people that they feel like they're not doing the right thing unless they fucking attack you with it that I have a problem with. You can say inappropriate things all the time. Something. Why haven't Trump or DeSantis fallen in front of a stray dude? Zidian. I don't even need to finish your. I have thought it every day for years now. It's a horrible thought. It's horrible, and it makes me feel bad. But like, we have so many insane people in this country with access to firearms. Let thy aim be true. Bing. I don't know. It's terrible. I feel terrible, but like, I truly think we'd be better off without some people around, you know? It's terrible, though. I think about it all the time. It's a horrible thought. It makes me feel shitty. But I think about that. Like, kids are getting shot in schools and, you know, people are sniping each other and whatever. I think everybody has it. We all have very evil thoughts like that we disregard. We like acknowledge like that's evil. I don't want anyone to die. Honestly, death is too easy. I'd rather you be forced to roll around in like a blow up pool of Legos naked for the rest of your life. That is extended with heavy medical care. I'd rather that. But yeah, we all have that shit. It sucks. I was Team Thanos too. Shut up. I totally get it, Zidian. I feel the same. I mean, I talked about that a lot actually when Trump got into office and shit. Like it's like a really dark joke that a very very small sliver of me is like, hmm. And it's bad. I know it is. Like I would never. I do not, and I don't. It's yeah. We snuggle puppies. We snuggle puppies. We would never wish those things, right? We just think of them sometimes when we're sad, so we can feel less sad. Have you heard about our Lord and Lewdness, the spaghetti monster? Mm-hmm. Motherfucking bulletproof backpacks. How is that not dystopian? I wish people would stop being angry and start solving problems. 100%. Oh, dude, did you hear Vex? I don't know if you read this. The Uvalde school shooting survivors. The school's response to the parents requesting more safety for their children was to give every student a DNA mouth swab so that if another shooting happens, it will be easier to identify their child's body. I can't make that up. Like that, I don't, like I'm a dark fucking human and I don't even have that in me to write that one. That's their solution. That would, like, the parents were like, we'd like no firearms near our kids, do something. And they were like, how about we DNA test them? And then if they're shot in the face, we can tell who they are. Ha 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 ha. America. Where at least I know I'm free. Fuck that. I gotta pee, my dudes. Let's take a quick break. Let's have, you know what? I think it's, a community scream might be nice. The world is on fire. Some real fucking problem solvers, right? I have, like, I don't have kids. I have so much fucking empathy, sympathy, whatever the fuck, for all of my friends with children. As far as I know, when I was a kid, your parents felt pretty darn safe sending you to school. Like, they knew you were safe there. And, like, I don't know anymore. Ugh. I mean, if any fucking place in the world should be safe for a kid. And it's just like, you know? I don't know, man. Again, I think sometimes it's a good sign that neither you or I can make any sense of it because it means we're not that broken. It doesn't mean we're stupid, that we can't understand what the fuck is going on. It just means that as damaged and fucking traumatized and shattered as we may be, they are more. MTG just speed push-ups for fun, my dudes. Like, I ran. I heard that. I was like, damn it. There's a couple really good songs I love, and not even that. They'll put like a fucking ad at the end of the music video. So the music, like the song ends, and then out of nowhere, it's like, Jiffy Lube, get yourself fucking lubed. And I'm like, ah! Why? Assholes. Welcome back. Ugh. Lizzie. Oh my God, Lizzie, are you still here? Oh, I'm a petty bitch, man. It's little things, you know, like it's year whatever. Like another thing, I can't stand when people make a title of a video, like it's the actual official music video or just song from the artist, and the just like the title is like, you know, something 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 something. I don't know what the band name is. I don't know what the song name is, or they didn't even put it in there. It's just like it's like live, excellent, metal, brackets, emotes, something. I'm like, what? Are you 5? Is this leet speak? What the fuck? Do you want me to find your content? This is not how you help me find your content. Buzzwords. That's not what I'm looking for. I'm real petty about that shit because it's just like, it's little things that just fuck off. Come on now. Come on. Someone's hold up. I saw right before it. Coley, I'm so sorry. Like, I wish peace and fucking tranquility in your soul. And I hope to fuck your state cleans up its legislation because Jesus goddamn. I have so many friends in Florida. Like, I just live in existential terror for you all the time. Good vibes, yes. Always, Vex. Is that even a question? Leet fucking speak. The chick I was talking about earlier that did the MLM wraps, like the wrap around your body, like the saran wrap on your core. No shit. Her entire profile is still in leet speak, and we are 35. I'm not saying that those are correlational at all, but like, no one liked it then. No one likes it now. Why are we? What are you doing? What are you doing? Stop it. What would the buzzword salad go to? People salad? Hot tubs? No, that wouldn't be a people salad. That's people soup. A ball pit? Maybe? Zidian, if you were awful, I would have remembered. I mean, we're all awful. Let's be honest. Like, if everybody's awful, then nobody's awful. You know what I mean? You might have been, but you blended in quite nicely. Like I give a shit. You say the whole world's ending, honey. It already did. Heaven knows you've tried. Got it good, now get inside. Gross. Disgusting. Ooh, Megadeth drummer. Here's Mr. Brightside for the first. Wait. Okay, hold on. I don't know what it is, but I'm getting it. Come on, put your fucking hands up. I love Bo Burnham. He's great. This song. Have you heard are you, oh fuck. Is it it's like the inside outtakes version? I actually like it better. It's so good. It's weird, but I like it. Hold on, let me see if I can find it. Uh Uh. Yeah, it's like all distorted and shit. I'm just moving screens around so we can watch this video that Vex gave me. But it's just a little bit different, but I kind of dig it. Yeet, how dare you? Maybe, maybe not. God. Oh, shit. Hey, right now. You don't want to wake up. You don't want to wake up. You don't want to play right now. Get your fucking hands up. My bowl is jammed. Sorry. All eyes on me. Yeah. Pray for us. Hands down now. Hands down. Hands up. Get on out of your seat. All eyes on me. All eyes on me. Yeah. Don't be shy. Come on in. The water's fine. I gotta grind up some of that stinky weed because it's all I have left. The water's fine. Fuck. You say the whole world's ending, honey. It already did. Got it good. Now get inside. Oh my, it still smells so bad. Pray for us, hands down now. Really? Oh, dude, I've loved him for a bit. Weirdly, though, I did kind of fall out. Not have a fallout or anything, but I just kind of stopped listening to for a bit because all eyes on me, all eyes on me, yeah. Back I right before he like kind of disappeared for a while, you know, and left the scene. If you've been following Bo Burnham for a while, I actually got to go see him live in Seattle at the Paramount Theater, and I don't remember which album it was. I think it was What? I don't remember, but he was kind of mean. Like you could tell he was already kind of having his breakdown, I think. Like it wasn't a very good show. He just was really, really bitter. He kind of sped through the whole thing. He mouthed off to a lot of people in the audience for like cheering. It was weird. And so I kind of like stopped listening to him for a bit because I was like, wow, in real life, is he a douchebag? But he was literally having a mental breakdown. Like I completely sympathize. Yeah, I felt really bad. But he talks about that in this show. I'm sure if you like this show, you've heard him talk about that stuff. Yeah. Yeah, I get it too. Like, fuck, he's kind of like very alone. You know? Like imagine being that level of famous and successful. I don't even know if he has like a team or anything. He's just solo, which is crazy to think about. He does everything by himself. Everything. All the music, all the production, everything. And that's I mean, it's impressive, but also that's gotta fucking wear on your psyche. I mean, it's kind of like streaming, but like, you know, I guess maybe if you made millions and were on Netflix. I don't know. Like you're really responsible for everything. If anything goes wrong, you don't get to blame anyone but yourself. Bo Burnham. I was talking about how I got to see him live like years ago, way before this album. But it was like right before, if not, he was already kind of having a breakdown. It was kind of before he disappeared for a bit. And he was a dick. Like he was kind of an asshole at the show and being mean to people in the crowd and just felt like he was speeding through jokes and stuff. It wasn't very good. And so I stopped listening to him for a bit because I was like, fuck, if he's actually just a douchebag, because I've been a fan of his and I've been like watching him for lack of a better word. That seems so creepy on YouTube since he's been doing his attic videos like way back in the day. I've always thought he was really funny. And then, you know, this came out and he was like, yeah, I had a fucking mental breakdown and it was terrible. And I got really nervous on stage and I was like, oh, okay. Okay. Sympathy there. I get it. Been there, done that. Exactly. He's popular enough that he probably can't go to a fucking grocery store. I would never. I don't care how much money I have. I never want to, like, I don't even like to go to the grocery store, but you know what I mean? Being able to fucking go to the gas station and not be known or recognized or like mobbed by human beings. I would rather fucking die than have that little level of notoriety or fame or anything like that. Like, that just sounds like hell. Pure hell. Koto, that song we just listened to is Bo Burnham. Bo Burnham's fucking amazing. He's a stand-up comedian, but it's like a musical show. I don't know how to put it. He's kind of done his own thing. He kind of created his own thing, but it's like really good music. He's got a beautiful voice. But he started, like his whole career started, he put YouTube videos out of him in his attic playing on a little electric keyboard and singing awkwardly to it. And now he makes like these huge stand-up things and YouTube buys them. Like, or I mean, Netflix buys his stand-ups and stuff. Like, he's insanely popular now, but he literally just started on YouTube in his parents' attic. And he makes a lot of his jokes are, not I don't want to say anti-religion, but he was very similar to a lot of us in that he was raised very, very, very religious by his family, very much kind of sounds a little bit like purity culture a little bit, whatever the fuck it was. And he's 100% rebelled against it, and he's very bitter about it, and a lot of his music's about that bitterness. Oh my god. Oh my god, hold on. I'm going to watch this first. But oh my god, this face. Oh, I hate autoplay. I wanted you to see the thumbnail. Why does autoplay haunt me? Don't autoplay. Don't. Don't. I'll fucking set you on fire. All I did was full screen it. I hate it. I'm real petty about these kind of things. I know, but Jesus fucking Christ, how the fuck does full screen mean play in any world? Hard nerd. Cheers. I mean, it doesn't have to scream all the time, but I remember he had to get like throat surgery, and then his music wasn't as hard as it used to be, and I'm just not really into that sing-songy stuff. I was very much into his older stuff because he had a beautiful scream, for lack of a better word. I don't know. Scream's a very general term. It's not like he was going like ah, but you know what I mean. You know what I mean? Dude, Kilo, no shit. So we stream over on YouTube these days, but Sheepy has a website where he has all of his shows he's working on. I'm in a show on Mondays. We actually only have 2 episodes left because we're at the very end of it. But I've been in an episode on Mondays, and it starts noon my time, Central US, Mountain Time US, excuse me. And then on Fridays after stream, we actually just started 2 weeks ago, so we're only 2 episodes in, but Sheepy, The Wandering Inn, just produced another show that they actually pre-recorded. They recorded everything offline, and then are posting the episodes on YouTube once a week, every week, and we've been watching them as a community in the Discord, and you're very welcome to join us. It's called The Duacrima, and it's like the alien themed, like alien themed, like the movie Alien. You know what I mean? I always want to say Cenobites. It's not Cenobites. What are they fucking called? What are the aliens called? Help me. My brain gets stuck on a word and then I just can't get out of it. It's not fucking Cenobites. I know it's not. The alien. Xenomorph. Thank you. Xenomorphs. It's like xenomorph alien based. And so the way I think it's going is it's actually 2 different casts, 2 different GMs, and one of the casts is basically a flashback from 2 weeks ago, and then the other cast is a military team coming in to figure out what went wrong. And we don't know what went wrong because we're only 2 episodes in. So episode 1 was with Team 1, that was 2 weeks ago. Episode 2 was with Team 2, which was like the very militant one, and Zach's in it, KPP's in it, Domestic Dan. I mean, it's a fucking stacked cast. Sheepy himself, The Wandering Inn, GMs one of the casts, and then FTL Gaming / Josh GMs the other one. And we've seen both casts now, and it's fucking great. And they've hunged us. Yeah, the Hellraiser. I know. I knew exactly what Cenobites are. It's just like once my brain clings onto a word, it can't move on to it. It can't move on. Like I'll just keep thinking Cenobite over and over. It fucking drives me nuts. Yeah. Hold on. I'll give you Sheepy's list. Actually, do we have it? How do we put? It's in the bot. Any of my mods here remember what the alert is to get the Sheepy the Wandering Inn link to pop up? I can just give it to you, but I know we have a link for it in there. This is the website that he just literally launched, but it's super, super clean. It's so fucking nicely done. And it literally has all of his shows he's ever done on there. So you can check them out if you want to. But yeah, myself and Zach have both. That's actually how Zach and I met, was through RP. No shit. We were both hired to do a role play over on was it roleplay? Was it roleplay.com? Oh my god, it's been too long. I don't remember. But we were both invited to go over there and do a role play for VTM, Vampire the Masquerade, and that's how we met. And then we did, like, shortly after, we were both invited to do a show over on Table Story, and we ended up doing a show together. And no shit, he said this to me, like, self-proclaimed. He hated me. Here we are. Nocturne. He'll always choose me. That's exactly what she's doing. Vile, it's done, and we are now watching it. They're releasing it one episode at a time, and they're releasing it on Fridays. And so we used to do Friday watch parties until I had therapy on those days. So I was like, I moved therapy. Let's fucking do Friday watch parties again. And I love alien stuff. And honestly, I've never seen an RP do this where it's two different points of view, one from like 2 weeks ago and one from today. So like we're seeing the people from 2 weeks ago just not going through anything chaotic, really. But now 2 weeks from like today, present day, there's a military going in, like wondering what the fuck went wrong. Something obviously happens, and so I kind of like that. Like it's leading this mystery. I'm very much into it. I'm into it. I'm very much into it. But that's exactly what Safi's been working on. Literally, Safi Pie, at Safi Pie, twitch.tv/Safi Pie, amazing streamer / medical care worker / amazing human being, whom I love so much, is an incredible video producer, editor / does everything. And so these two different RP groups would get together every Monday night, film X amount of hours of RP, and then just send it to Safi, and she sat there and spliced it up, added all the sound effects, all the background music, literally all the I don't know how to say it, like the cut scenes. There's like graphic cut scenes that happen and shit like that. She went and added all of that in 6 weeks. And it's 12 episodes. And each episode's like little under 2 hours. Fucking crazy. She's so talented. Hi, BJ. How are you, love? I played a Bruja. Yeah. Yep. And wasn't it with Bronzy? I think Bronzy was our GM. Yeah. Acidian Argonian. Oh my God. The Argonians. I love them. As all love stories begin, right? He fucking hated me. Vampire the Masquerade scored me some of the best roleplay ever. You know, for as much as I fucking love Vampire the Masquerade, I've only got to play it twice in my life. And it's my favorite, but the company themselves are so fucking problematic, and the vast majority of the tabletop community is queer, for lack of a better term, to use a very broad balloon to cover all of us gays, and they don't like to deal with problematic shit, and they don't want to support it financially, which I totally get. I wish there was another vampire, like, give us another vampire world, like, let's pick another one, like, I just want it, but it sucks. I know, David, very unapproachable, even without my scrubs or all the blood and the guts and stuff. Oh my God, I had a really creepy idea today. So I was getting together some special effects stuff because this week I want to do an SFX makeup look. I found, I have these skulls hanging around. Well, my dogs, I don't know where the jaw is. My dog's got a hold of one of them and like got the jaw off of it, and it's life size jaw. And I got the wild idea to do like an SFX makeup look of my horse accident when I was 12 because there are no pictures of it, and I don't know what it looked like, but I know what it felt like. I think that'd be a really fun adventure to explore, like, with the skeleton jaw and like make some fucking like ripped up shit or whatever. Um, but I had another idea and you reminded me of it. I was thinking of fuck, what was it? I just lost it. Shit. Batman. I am Batman. I am the knight. What was it? Fuck. The vampire role playing game Don't Like the Gays. I can't remember what is it? I can't remember. There's so I mean, it's not that it's not important. It's just honestly, it's like every day I'm informed of 3 more companies, people, things that I, was a fan of that are now anti-trans or something. I'm losing track. I don't remember. Thousand Faces, they're out in the greater Denver area, are badass cosplayers. Oh. Thousand Faces. Do they have a Twitch stream? Because I could go do that awkward lurk thing. I fucking love that shit. I don't know. I'm so awkward though. I've never done anything like that with another human being. Oh, that was my idea. I remembered. I remembered my idea. So, David, do you remember a few years ago? Man, it was a while ago now. Like 4 years ago ish. I think I lived in Baltimore, but I made like a heart on my chest. Like I built it so it looked like my ribs were doing this. And then like out of cotton balls and liquid latex, I sat there and slowly built up like that 3D heart. I got an idea this morning, and I don't know why, but my dogs rip out the squeaker out of every toy ever. That's just what they do. And the squeaker of every toy ever is just like a little it looks like a little round hard plastic disc, a hollow disc basically, like a little UFO thing. And when they rip it out, then it has a hole in the bottom of it. And I thought like I could attach some tubing to that, stick that on my chest and then build a heart around it and then I could like make the heart beat. Would that be weird or super cool? Petria left my water in the kitchen. Fuck. Damn it, Daniel. I'll have to get on my break. Fuck. I owe it. I'm not going to redeem it because I owe it. I do need to hydrate. You're right. I drank a lot of coffee this morning, which made me pee a ton. I do need to hydrate. You are correct. Oh, they keep letting right-wing Nazi crap creep into the world of darkness. There you go. That would be a reason why no one would want to deal with them. Yeah. Yeah, gross. You had horse trauma? No shit. What happened? Can I ask? Is it a novel? Vampires are the gayest thing ever. I mean, honestly, like, Interview with a Vampire, hello. I mean, David, you might have. I forget these things all the time. People remind me of them, to be honest. It is. SFX is easier on other people. However, the anxiety I get forcing someone to sit and like move their head around and stuff while I'm doing it makes me go so fast I do a shittier job and I don't really enjoy myself, which is weird. You know what I mean? Like I feel bad. I know like at least when I don't like to sit in silence. Like I can't even stand to go get my hair cut for fuck's sake. And when I force someone to like sit and hold a very specific face while I'm like adding prosthetics and stuff, I feel so guilty doing it because I know how much it hurts me that I tend to do a shit job and I just like hurry. Whereas if it's on me, I'm like, suffer to be beautiful, bitch. And I like shove it in my eyeball and don't give a fuck. But you're right. Also, watching people peel it off, I'm always like, oh, please say I put on enough of that gunk so it doesn't stick to the hair. It doesn't stick to, oh God, oh no, I hear oh, they're in pain. Oh, fuck. You know what I'm saying? Whereas if I do it to myself, I'm just self-acknowledging, like, I have done it a million times, and I realize I'm gonna lose every single little baby fuzz off my face, all of my sideburns are gonna rip off, and I'm gonna have liquid latex in my ends for a few months. Like, I just acknowledge that, but when you take someone else who doesn't do it as often or has never done it, that is stuff that it's really hard to communicate and then get them to come back and sit back in your chair. No one enjoys just having it put on. I've never met someone that's like, I love sitting there and having SFX stuck on my face for hours. Ever. Which sucks. I wish there was a way to make it entertaining, but it's not, because you gotta move your head around. It's kind of like getting your hair cut, but by a psycho. You're in Boy Scouts? No shit. My parents pressured me. I was young. I was like, I don't want to go on the horse. My parents were like, chill, you'll be, oh. Horses sense fear, man. That sucks. Dude, Anne Rice was a fucking nut. Like, I've read every single book up until the Jesus-y ones when she lost her gourd, but she was a nut. I love their explanation. When you're 150 years old, you get bored. But I know. And that's why most vampires are bi, literally. Yep, they're bored. I know. I love it. And yet they don't have sex. Which I always thought was interesting that how is sexuality even a thing in a vampire's world if like there's no sex? Because in Anne Rice world, they don't have sex. Like there's no point. They're like not full of blood, you know what I'm saying? Not to get too graphic. Project, honestly, I kind of just do whatever the fuck I want whenever the fuck I want to do it. But I mean, I've always done a little SFX here and there. I go through phases where I want to do it and I don't. Like creativity phases where I get ideas. I did one very recently though. I did like a lobotomy on my face. But the last like phase where I did a lot of SFX stuff, I built like a heart up and my ribs popping off. I turned myself into Miss Argentina from Beetlejuice. That's one of my favorites. That one was hard to do because of the fucking skin color. Um, I've done a lot. I don't know. But it like the work to get it off your body is so much. Like it takes so much to get that shit off. It's like most of the time I have to take a bath with Epsom salt and just lay there and wait for it to pop off my body. Otherwise, I'm like ripping layers of skin off. And when I do SFX stuff, I tend to get like really excited and I want to do it every day, but you can't. You're literally going to start ripping skin off your face, so I have to take breaks and then I'm just like irritated about it. Oh man. It ran straight towards a tree with branches. Oh my god. Horses are smart as fuck. I mean, if I was a horse, I'd do that. I no, not to justify you getting hurt by a horse, but no shit. Like, I wouldn't want anybody fucking jumping on my spine and deciding what I'm gonna do for the day. 7 hours of hair for a werewolf. Jesus. He loved the makeup, but he won't talk to me after 7 hours in the chair. I mean, you guys have seen what, like a year or two ago, Zach was my last victim. He agreed to let me do SFX makeup on him like once a week. We were doing it, and he would sit down in my chair and he would talk to chat, and I would sit there and do SFX on him. And it only lasted a couple months, and he was like, "Nope, he couldn't do it. It was driving him nuts." And I was speed SFXing on him. I know he can't sit still, and they looked great. Like I turned him into the wrinkly headed person from Star Trek, and I turned him into Cupid and Cute Santa, and a vampire from VTM. Few things. It was really fun, but man, he just and I get it. Like it's boring. There's nothing for your hands. What do you do with your hands? You know. The stream occasionally. They are, however, involved in a campaign over on Misty Mountain Gaming. They do a lot of workout fitness content with their cosplay stuff, but the other half of their content, dude. I mean, I'm always down to just know local awesome humans. Misty Mountain, I love that. Misty Mountain Gaming. I feel like I've heard of them. Oh, misty eye of the mountain below. Thank you. Oh, Kratos. Yep, Kratos. Was that like the first thing I ever did? I feel like Kratos was what instigated all of it. God, I forgot about that. Yeah, I think Kratos instigated that entire situation because the game had come out or something, and people were saying he looked a lot like Kratos already, and I was like, I bet I could do that. And honestly, what's crazy is that makeup look was probably the easiest I've ever done, and the easiest I have ever done on him. And yet it was so fucking popular. Reddit bought it from me, like bought the rights to that photo to use in like advertisement or something. It was so, but he already looked so much like Kratos. You know what I mean? Like I didn't have to do any prosthetics or anything. He has the exact wrinkle that Kratos has. Like if they told me that they stole a picture of Zach and used it as a model, I wouldn't be shocked. He's already that guy. Like he has the bump, he has the exact same nose. All I did was literally like shave his beard into that kind of Spartan style and do the white skin and like the blaze and shadowed in the wrinkle and shit, but he already was it. But people fucking loved it. Oh, hurts, I would die. Oh, I have a seriously. I have like a bottle. I have a brand new bottle of liquid latex, and it stinks so good. Some people like horseback riding. I liked horseback riding until one kicked me off and tap danced my jaw off my face. If you were going by the Interview with the Vampire show, there was tons of vampire sex. I know, which is crazy. If you like, I remember very specifically in the book. This is literally just the books. I don't know. I don't. Yeah, this is just the books, as far as I know. There was a book called Pandora, and it was about an ancient Roman woman named Pandora who Marius falls in love with and turns into a vampire. Long story short, spoiler, the book came out in the 80s. Read a fucking book. It's not a spoiler. Don't worry, that's not the end. But anyways, a lot of her books that are like just named a person's name are kind of a weird slice of life, and they're always like Roman or Greek or something. It's very interesting. But anyways, they're like in love when she's a human and he's a vampire, and then he does the like sucka my sucky, and then she's kind of promiscuous while she's a human. And so after he does this, she's like, I need to feel you inside of me. So he like drinks half of her body's blood because that's what's necessary to get a hard on as a vampire and inserts. And she has like this moment of like, oh, this is not how I connect with people anymore. And she bites his neck and he bites hers. And then they just like suck back and forth and his dick goes limp. And that's that. Pandora. Give it a try. What's in Pandora's box? Nothing. That's what. Suck it. It's honestly, it was kind of one of my favorite books. It's one of my favorites. All of Anne Rice's books are kind of like that's honestly one of the most tame. If you read, what is it? Not. Oh God. Come on, Katie. About the little cherub kid. Is it Blood and Gold or something? No. Maybe. Anyways, one of the most popular books is about how Marius is like one of the first vampires ever or something, whatever. And he's an artist obsessed with repainting the frescoes in his Roman villa, because they're always like rich in Roman in villas. And he hires like an assistant that is like 12 years old and has golden cherubic curls. And he like falls in love with him, but tortures him and then makes him a baby vampire. And it's really fucking weird. Like there's a lot of very questionable themes, but like it's made okay if they're vampires and they can't fuck with dicks, right? And 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 I don't think so. Just because you make fucking something else doesn't make it cool to fucking fuck children. Cheers, Pandora, right? Oh, Lasher Taltos, dude. Blackwood Farm. The Blackwood Farm series, amen. Like the entire series is about a slutty 13-year-old slutting. But she's rich and white, so it's whatever. Yeah, I don't know, man. I'm topping my bowl off. Cheers to none of that. I've read every single Anne Rice book ever. Like, I think honestly it was her style of writing more than anything. But when looking back on these books I read as a youth, I'm like, oh, hmm. She used the excuse of dealing with her traumatic response to her son coming out as gay as a reason to write all of these hypersexual books. Because her son being gay was really hard for Anne. Anne. I read all her books. Not gonna claim I didn't, but uh-huh. I don't know what to say about it. Like I don't need to, right? Like yeah, Beatree, yeah. Yeah. And then she all of a sudden decided to start writing books about Jesus. Like literally a book that was like a retelling of the Bible. Like no shit. And I tried to read it. Trust me, I was such a big Anne Rice fan. Like I tried, I got a page and I was like, oh God, it's actually Jesus. No, thank you. And that was her dealing with her gay son's marriage or something. I can't remember the deets of that one. Like she always comes out with like it's her struggle with her homosexual poet son. Like
Go fuck yourself, Anne.
oh, 100% hurts. Yeah. Although knowing what I know now and knowing that there were certain guests that went to her vampire ball every year ever, I don't know if I would have gone because I was like a young, skinny, impressionable little girl, and like there was a lot of questionable folks invited there. In Romania, dude, imagine. I think it's pretty fucking cold. Saltos was fucked though. I liked the books, but damn, they were dark. I know, David. I need to go get my water. I was kind of stalling until it was time to take a break, and then take a break, and then we could watch the rest of these videos. I pulled up a ton of the drumming videos. I want to watch them, but we needed blow ads. Blow them. Don't really though. You know what I mean. I know she's dead. Yeah. Anne? Oh yeah. Wasn't it last year? Like a stroke? Crazy. Die in the middle of COVID of not COVID. Weird. Why am I being weird about Anne? How did we start talking about Anne Rice? We were talking about books. I don't remember. Oh, someone asked about VTM because I was saying, Vampire the Masquerade is like one of my favorite. How do you say one of my favorite tabletop campaigns and stories, and like I loved the game that came out back in the day, the PC game and stuff like that. Oh my god, I thought you no, Anne is being weird. Sorry. Are, she is. She hasn't answered me. Did she answer to you? Because she didn't. I got nothing. Anne, still nothing. I don't know. I even have a Ouija board as a desk. I don't know what to do here. What about all that magic, Anne? What about all those ghosts and all your stories that justified 13-year-old butt sex, Anne? 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 What about Taltos? Just because they grew to 6 feet tall doesn't mean it's okay to fuck them when they're 3 years old, Anne. Anne? Why'd you get so weird, Anne? Did you really enjoy Marilyn Manson at your fucking masquerade balls every year, Anne? Anne? Did you ever tell your son you were proud of him, Anne? Anne, play Despacito. Yeah. Fucking dude. I just like what do you do? Vile, be safe. I hope your PC troubles get fixed soon, because seriously, life without PC, I don't even know what I would do. I would just like cry over my iPad all day. Why would you drive a bus into a river? What a waste of a good bus. You could live in it at least. Tabletop role playing game. Yeah, TTRPG. That was the word I was looking for. Okay, Anne, you feeling all right, Anne? You need a nap, Anne? Is anyone checking on Anne? It pisses me off because like in the way, like I don't listen like it's crazy that Kanye West's music has just like disappeared from the planet. It's just gone now. So like wild, weird what happens when you like go after an entire community of people for no reason. In the same way, like I loved Anne Rice back in the day before I knew anything about her, and then I was like, "Hey, Anne, you kind of being a little cunt, bitch." Anne, you kicked your son out when he was 14 for being kind of gay, Anne. And you wrote a book to say you're sorry. and didn't give him any fucking proceeds from it. And, that shit fucks me up. But back, a lot of you are my age, if not older. How the fuck? Seriously, I think about that sometimes. Like, I've never been one to read a magazine. I imagine a gossip magazine was the only way you learned anything about anybody ever that wasn't, just what they decided to present to you in their music or whatnot. How the fuck would we have known? I don't know. I really don't know. It scares me sometimes. I live in perpetual fear that something's going to come out about one of my still, like, artists of God in my head, and I just don't, not real, but, like, Maynard James Keenan, like, please, be a good person, be a good person, be a good person, be a good person. You know? Yes, exactly. Anne is a piece of work. I'm glad I read all of her books by renting them from my local library. I know, it sucks. It sucks. No, Chesh, I learned recently. I mean, within the last 5 years, I learned a lot about that about her. Oh, it was because she did her Jesus run of books, and then no shit, before she passed away, she did another run of books. So she was dealing with her struggles with her son being gay and, like, wrote the vampire series. So then, all of a sudden, Jesus literally writes a book that is like the retelling of Jesus's travels across the desert or something, and puts out an interview piece saying that she will no longer participate in the Vampire Chronicles, and Lestat is Satan, and he preys on her faith. This is actually, like, I read this. I remember it because it fucked me. I was like, oh my God, this was an idol of mine. Like, I've read so many of her books. This is what she says. And it was Satan trying to convince her that homosexuality wasn't actually harming the world and sending us all to hell or whatever. Something like that. Some fucking religious bullshit. So then she does a couple Jesus books, and then they just stop, and for a few years she comes up with nothing. And by the way, in the meantime, like during this entire time, under other pen names, she's writing kink novels the whole fucking time. And if you're a fan, you know this. Like, I'm talking kink. Like, there's one of my favorite books as a kid. It's really, really well written. Grew up, realized what it's about. Holy shit. It's literally about, like, a 40-something-year-old author rescuing and falling in love with and fucking a 15-year-old girl. Like, I don't even fuck what. And then you kind of get alluded to the fact that he, like, maybe fucked even younger girls, but it's, like, romantic and cute and, like, old Hollywood and fuck. Like, that's deep in. And then she has, like, kink novels about Sleeping Beauty, but she's literally cashing in on all of this. The whole time she's doing all of this everything. So she does the Jesus stuff, disappears for a while, and then out of fucking nowhere, this was literally like 6 or 7 years ago, werewolf book. I can't remember what it's called. It's on my bookshelf. Someone, like, literally, the moment a book was released, I got like 3 copies of it for Christmas because my whole family knew I loved Anne Rice before. A werewolf book. Like, I don't even know what it was called. And then she came out with a sequel. And then she came out with a book called just Lestat. And I'm not shitting you guys. I would go to the library every single weekend with my mom and have finished an Anne Rice book and go get 2 more and finish them. I couldn't make it through the first 3 pages of Lestat. It was got for me for some fucking holiday because everybody, my whole family, like, they're like, Katie is Gothic still and loves Anne Rice. So that's all they know about me, and which is fine. I'd rather that than most things, but I don't think she wrote it. I'm gonna be honest. I think it was ghost written to pull in some cash because it's just bad. And I don't like when someone, famous or has notoriety or whatever, makes a point of saying things publicly, like, outing her gay son to the world on fucking national news during an interview so that she can sell a book. And then going the Jesus route, denouncing her son and his partner and blah, 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 blah. But meanwhile, just having, like, Anne Rampling is one of her pen names. Like, Anne, they're all Anne something, and they usually kind of have an R in there. They're similar, but she has so many different pen names, and it's all, it's like, I mean, and I can't even get through them, in my opinion. Like, I tried those Sleeping Beauty books. They're written very similar to, like, the True Blood books in that they're written like a kindergartner. Like, Bill saw that Suki's pussy was bleeding from taking her virginity, so he bites his finger off and finger fucks her with his bitten blood, and it heals her right up, unintentionally making her a virgin each time he penetrates. Like, that's how it's actually written, though. Like, where's the editor here? Where's the thesaurus? You know what I'm saying? Like, if you've ever I read every single fucking book. Don't worry, we're here together. What's her name? Charlotte Harris? Charlene Harris or something like that? No, True Blood is by a different author, but similar writing styles in Anne Rice's smutty shit. In that she writes about kink from a point of view of never having kinked. Does that make sense? I don't know how else to say that. Like it's yeah, that's it. It's literally she's trying to literally pull off kink series of novels with continuing themes, and I don't think she's ever seen fucking fuzzy handcuffs in her life, let alone actual kink. I think she just goes on like my BDSM or whatever and like reads some posts and is like, yeah, whip them good. Da-na-na-na-na. You know what I'm saying? They're terrible. They're so bad. It's laughable. It's almost insulting a little bit. If you like kink, it's fucking bad. I'm not hardcore, but fuck, dude. It's bad. Oh, they're bad. What is her name? What's that fucking I'm trying to think of the author of the True Blood series. I have to Google it. We also need to take a break. I'm sorry. You guys got me on books and I'm obsessed. True Blood. I also own every True Blood episode on DVD, except the last season, because that one doesn't exist. I'm gonna get it because I can't. It is Charlene Harris. Is it Charlene? Charlene Harris? I guess Charlene Harris. I was pretty fucking close. I said Charlene. Charlene Harris. Yeah, it's the series of books that True Blood was based off of, very loosely, and if you like to read, you're gonna have a really hard time to get through them because they're just written. They are written by someone who doesn't read. Know what I'm saying? I'm not an author, but I feel like I could come up with a better way to say I bit my finger off and fingered her to heal her hymen. First off, hymens aren't real. Second off, virginity's a stupid concept. Third, what? I'm sorry, what? Simon, I read almost I would I have a hard time saying I read every single Anne Rice book ever. Like I definitely read every single Blackwood Farm series. I read the entire Blackwood Farm series for sure. I know I did that, but she had so many pen names. That is one of the like why? What are you hiding? What are you hiding from or what are you hiding from us that you need X amount of pen names to come out with a billion different kink books about old men fucking underage girls? And making it okay because the underage girl was being so abused previously or blah. Class, how many reasons are there to sexually abuse an underage human being? None of us are authors. Yeah, it's a pretty fucking easy like it's a negative if anything. It's fucking zero. But it's a very overwhelming theme in a lot of her books. Not just the kink. I mean, it started with the Marius one, Blood and Gold or whatever, where Marius falls in love with his cherubic little apprentice, but it's ancient Rome. And it was like totes normal for older men to just butt fuck young boys all the time. So, like, she's gonna do it. That's literally what she says. I mean, it's like, you know, they flew under the radar for a really long time. And even I read them without even realizing what the fuck was going on. There ain't no reason. It's kind of like a different version of the like, it's the Edward, the what is it, Twilight series. Like he's 97, but he looks 16, so it's totally okay if he just keeps going to high school until he finds the right underage girl to groom and fuck and turn into the undead. What? It's like Lolita, but back the other way. It's fucking creepy. Wait, what was your question? Am I trans? I am not. But I am extremely uh in support of my trans lovers. I might be though. Once in a while I catch a glimpse of my spiritual cock in a mirror, but it could be a trick of the eye. I wish for it every day. Keying camping sounds great, but also running with a dick. I don't know how you do it. No, there's no such thing as a stupid question. There's no such thing as a stupid question, and I will take any fucking chance in the world to say trans women are women, trans men are men, and they owe us nothing in the way they outwards present themselves or perform their gender. Period. End of story. Trans rights are human rights. I have no problem with someone mistaking me for trans. That doesn't offend me. That's not an offense to me. Some of the best people I know in the entire world are trans. I'm very proud of it. And I'm proud of them for it, to be honest. That's a brave, I mean, show me someone more brave. We just talked about this the other day. I kind of went off the handle on it, but seriously, show me someone who is more courageous. I don't know. The metaphorical labias on these bitches. My phantom cock throbs often. And like sometimes when I'm in public and someone does something really stupid and then suddenly they're like, oh, and like it's a slow motion slap across the room, but you don't see anyone move. I'm pretty sure it was my sentient dick. Just like taking over. Because in my mind, I'm like, someone needs to punch you. And my dick's like, pop! Like whack-a-mole. You know what I'm saying? But I don't know. I wish for it. When I was a kid, I used to draw dicks on literally everything my mom said. I was pretty obsessed. Yeah, I think I could speak for our community when I say no one here is offended by, being mistaken for trans or otherwise. Like that's not an offense to us. That's not a negative term. I've literally had trolls come into my channel and try to use it that way, and it is sad, pathetic, and pitiful. But honestly, I love watching chat light up on them. Like it's so infrequent that I even see it happen because chat lights up so fucking fast on these fucking fucks. I love you guys. You make me very happy. You give me faith in humanity, to be honest. Come to the trans side. We have high hopes. We've got high hopes. We've got high cream pie between my thigh hopes. On the fucking fly hopes. Hell. Still fucking got it.
I can't help it if I've got a heavy flow and a wide-set vagina.
I'm really proud of myself right now. That was great. I struggled, but it happened. I'll ask my support group. Thank you. Will you update? Because I'd love to help guide people towards the support group with good goodies if they've got them. We do have a good time. That's true. Bigger dicks than the cishet conservative racist fuckheads. Ugh. Metaphorically and probably otherwise. It's funny, but also sad. I know. We laugh because we're uncomfortable. It's funny, but like, the world really needs to fucking get its shit together. You know? Really does. Weed cookies? I mean, who wouldn't? Actually, I know a lot of my trans ladies are very stoners. Very stoners? Okay, let's take a break. Artistic. Oh my god. That takes care of mice, so I feed him. And the dog slipped out. And then Trick, of course, had to take a shit, but because he like flipped out, he had like the walking shits. I don't know how this happens. Like he eats the same food all the time, but the cat stress like shit, stumble a little, couple more shits, stumble a little, couple more shits. Just kept happening. I was like, bud, we have shit to do. You gotta calm down with this butt stuff. What up, donkey? How the fuck are you? Man, dogs, they're the best, aren't they? Drum videos? I love them. It's summer, I've turned my thoughts off. Good. Good. You keep those thoughts off. You deserve that. You barely get a summer, let's be real. Speaking of having the summer off, what the fuck is this? Throwback? This is not speaking of. Throwback to a time my classics professor asked, quote, does anyone know who Sappho is? End quote. And I immediately replied, she's the OG lesbian. And my professor yelled, exactly, and wrote OG lesbian on the whiteboard. It's so small, I felt I would read it to you. That's incredible. Best professor award, right the fuck there. That wins awards. Hold up. Okay, this one. This is the one from CJ. This is Danny Carey doing Numa by Tool live in concert. Who's Danny? Wait. This is live? Ooh, I hope I bet the audio is good. You would give me shitty. You wouldn't give me a shitty link. I know you better than that. Hilarious donkey. I'm doing well. I'm enjoying the weather's finally cooling off outside. It doesn't feel so fucking nauseously hot, so that's nice. Thanks, Les. I sometimes I think like, do I look like I'm trying to be a child? But honestly, it just takes the weight off the top of my head. My hair's really heavy. Pigtails are the best, man. I don't know. People always tell me like, I can't pull them off. I'm too old. I'm like, we're the same age, and or you're younger than me. Like anybody can do pigtails. I don't know. They're easy to pull. They really do. If ponytails give you a headache, try it. It's great. It feels amazing.
That bitch, and when I mean bitch, I mean the most wonderful person in the world, ClassyKatie.
Donkey the fuck. Thank you so much for summoning the class. Keeping the class alive. Giving an A to his fucking wings.
Go forth and be consensual in all the possible ways, because nothing is sexier than pure sober consent, and I fucking appreciate you. Thank you very much. You're a wonderful person.
Right before we watched this video, my friend Sarah, a la a bro to the past in chat, mentioning summer off. She is an elementary school teacher. And if you are unaware, in America, elementary school teachers are quite literally required to purchase all of their own supplies for their classroom every year. Teachers who on average make below the poverty line in salary. Teachers, my dudes, the people your kids spend the vast majority of their literal existence with. Nauseating. So a few years back, when all this COVID shit hit, but they were still making kids go to school, my friend Sarah was talking about how not only did they have to buy all their own fucking supplies, like she was trying to make it just a semi-normal classroom because the kids could no longer share literally anything. So not only just supplies, she was having to make individual kits of supplies for every single child in the classroom because COVID, they can't touch each other. They had to have like mats where that was like their box that they sat in and all this. And it's just disgusting. It's disgusting. So when that happened, I begged her. I was like, hey, if you put together a wish list, can you give it to me? I just want to toss it to the community. I would like to get a few things for the kids. Like, I don't think that's right. I don't think it's just me who thinks that's very, very fucked up. Like, that's what is public school? Like, what the fuck are they providing? You're not paying the teachers. You're not providing shit for the students. You're literally pulling lunches out of poor students' hands. Like, what are you doing? You know what I'm saying? What the fuck are you doing? And then you find out, like, you know, bless them, but principals and what's the one step above a principal that like manages the school district? They make like 6 figures. Like high 6 figures. And often superintendent, and they never fucking leave their jobs. And I mean, I'm not kidding when I say teachers on average, they graduate making well below the poverty line, and by their middle life, they're still under the poverty line in what they make per year. most teachers have to take summer jobs and or work other jobs. It's nauseating. On top of doing this, like if a teacher couldn't afford the supplies, your student would have shit. There'd be nothing in the room. What are you going to do? Like, what the fuck is the other option? You know what I'm saying? I'm sorry. I get really heated about this stuff. I went to a really, really, really small school where we quite literally had nothing. But the caveat, I guess the perk to being in a really small town is that no lunches were ever pulled from any kid's hand. Ever. Like, every person knew everybody. So everything was very, very, like, personal, which I think, unfortunately, that's what it has to be these days for someone to give a fuck. And it makes it a lot harder to pull a student's lunch out of their hands if you know their parents and you know what they're going through and you know why the kid doesn't have any money and da 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 da. It's disgusting. We live in a really fucked up world. On that note, Sarah has to put together a fucking shopping list because that's what she has to do every goddamn year for elementary school children, babies. I'm sorry. I get really angry about it and I maybe mildly forcefully said, "Can I please have the link to your wish list? I would like to please throw to the community and buy you some things." Because, like, not all of us have money. But, like, I've got $5. I can buy some kids some fucking crayons or something. You know what I'm saying? And I know a lot of us like to help out. This is the link, and I love you so much, Sarah. Sarah hates when I do this every year. It's kind of become a tradition. I'm sorry. I don't think it's fair. And Sarah's just an awesome human being who loves children. Like, she actually genuinely loves children, loves being a teacher, has awesome kids herself. She shouldn't, like, no teacher should be treated that way. I just happen to know Sarah personally, so I really get into that personal level of it. It is infuriating. Kids. Ugh. Sorry. I get really fucking worked up about that stuff because it's grotesque to me. I feel like I grew up very naive to it being in that kind of a small community town where everybody kind of takes care of everybody because everybody knows everybody. It's just disgusting. No, I mean, you know what you can do, Zidian? If you know anybody else, you can toss that link to them and be like, "Hey, this is a dope teacher who has to buy her own supplies." That's the best. Like, that's honestly, I don't have a bajillion dollars, and neither does Sarah. Like, who the fuck does? But everybody's got a couple bucks. And when you crowdfund, it can be amazing. Like, we've literally wiped out her wish list a few years in a row. And I'm not saying that's going to happen every year. And Sarah knows that. Sarah doesn't even know I'm going to fucking beg her for it every year. Like, I don't plan this. It's totally just on the whim. I just attack. But I don't know, man. What more can we do? We're such little voices in such a world of people screaming about taking away trans rights or something stupid. Some other stupid hill they've decided to die on. You know what I mean? It's like, what more can you do? Chaotic good. Exactly. Chaotic good in the best way possible. Like, what? Vote. Exactly. We vote for fuck's sake, and then do the little things that we can. And I mean, I know I feel like a broken record because I talk about this a lot, but like, if anyone in this world should be taken care of, it's got to be kids. My fucking God. Like, what are we setting kids up for? What fucking are we setting them up for? That's disgusting. And it makes me very angry. And I will be putting that link in the Discord as well, and I'll pin it there if anybody wants to check it out later. Sarah, I love you so much, and I'm sorry I attack you with all this all the time, but like, you know how I feel. Shit's fucking fucked up and bullshit, and we do what we can. And I truly believe, like, everybody knows our education system in America is pretty flawed. Like, every education system is for the most part, but ours is pretty fucking antiquated. But like, little kids should have access to crayons and paper, for fuck's sake. How is that so much? To scissors. To, like, safe scissors. You know what I'm saying? Like, as opposed to an entire class sharing the teacher's fucking giant metal, like, goosh, goosh scissors. Like, it's basic little things that, for one kid, scissors is $2.99 or something. But when you think about a classroom, it gets excessive. Like, it's excessive. And unfortunately, in the world we live nowadays where it's just not clean, and we know COVID is still out there, even though they've decided it's over with, you still got to kind of live that way where everybody has their own stuff, especially with kids, because they're a fucking petri dish. Hi, Knives. How are you, love? Ooh, the link here, I got it for you. I was just going to put it in the Discord, too. Feel free to share that link as prolifically as you like, and as annoyingly as you'd like. I'm not saying, like, every teacher needs help. Every teacher needs help. I've just chosen the one that we're going to attack. I've made a choice! Sidebar, both of Sarah's children were born like, in our chat, kinda. Like, she was in labor in the middle of the night, early wee hours of the morning, and bored, and came in, hung out, and chat, both of her babies. They're both, like, the chosen ones. They're whole-born. It's amazing. That's just a little side note. Fun little bar trivia fact for you. They're chat babies. Sarah. It's for Sarah, bro of the past. We've been doing it every year literally since they started forcing kids to go back to school during COVID, because that was when it was really, really bad. Like, I mean, I think it's always been really bad, but the way I think of it is like before it was like, at least when I was in school, like little kid school, you would be in pods of kids, and like usually like 4 to 3 kids would like share a pod of crayons and a pod of whatever supplies. And it was about learning sharing. But now that we have deadly diseases out there and kids are dirty, you have to have separate supplies for literally every child. And I mean, like, who the fuck can afford that? I'm not saying just teachers, like teachers for real. It's so few and far between you meet a teacher that's making a living salary, and they're usually on fucking retirement year anyways. It's crazy. And to expect them to have to maintain this kind of stuff is, I mean, our country should be ashamed, in my opinion. Anyone in charge, any president that is a president while this is still happening should feel absolute utter shame until it is altered, because it's disgusting. Disgusting. Like, yachts shouldn't exist if kids can't get free lunch, in my opinion. Allegedly. It was like 4 a.m., yeah. Back in the day when I used to, like, be the night mother. Yeah. Congress should feel ashamed. Yes, absolutely. Can I just ask, who gave you the authority to be a dope, legendary, kick-ass motherfucker? You know? I just stopped asking anyone's permission to do anything. I didn't try to be cool or anything, but, like, I'm just gonna say my opinions and not give a fuck anymore. That's it. That's just, but in my opinion, these are like facts. These are facts. Kids, I would love to see one of those Congress members go into a school and take a lunch from a kid. I want to see that happen. Until that happens, that can't be a thing anymore. That's my new rule. You have to go take the lunches away. Individually, every single one. You. Go for it. Put your gloves on, motherfucker. When I was a kid, my parents would get supplies that I needed at the start of every grade. The teacher didn't have to pay for it. Why did that change? I think what I honestly don't know. My mom I don't think she had to get us supplies. It depended on what school we went to. We moved a lot. If I was in a bigger school, like near Seattle, literally first day of school, we would be sent home with a supply list, and it was crazy. Like a scientific calculator when I was in 5th grade, which were expensive back then. I mean, God, what were they when they first came out? Hundreds of dollars. They were very, very expensive. And I think it's more about having supplies for people like that cannot afford that. Like I mean, you know that. I think a lot of us can identify with that. There are a lot of people working paycheck to paycheck, and like when their kid runs out of notebooks and stuff, like they literally can't afford it. My mom used to steal pens from vendors at work all the time for us. I was going to a school with Siemens pens and getting made fun of a lot. That's a ventilator brand, by the way, but it's also Siemens. But yeah, it's a broken system that requires things it cannot provide. Does that make sense? I know there's some schools in Seattle where they require your child have an iPad. How can you do that, how can you fucking with good conscience require what? $1,000 fucking an iPad. That's their new books. That's their books. They don't have any books anymore because books change so frequently. Like, I'm sure you remember, if you're over fucking the age of 20, fuck. Our books we had in school were written in and old as fuck, and half the time your teacher was just correcting all the information in them because they were from 20 years prior, and books are expensive, and the school couldn't update them more than every like 35 years or something. But now they have iPads, so they have new books every year. They have new information, and that's insane to me. Like, that's crazy. That's so much money to assume a family just has laying around to shell out. Like, what if you have more than one kid? How? I agree, Knives. I agree. How can you require a kid have anything and not supply it as the government, in my opinion? Like, that literally, Knives, right before you got here, I was kind of going off about it because I get real fucking heated about this shit. But really, public schools theoretically are paid for by the government. But, like, if teachers are not making a living wage, i.e., the average teacher in America until they're in their 50s and 60s makes under the poverty line of money, like working full fucking time, and you're not supplying the school with anything the school needs, what the fuck are you supplying other than the superintendent and the principal's six-figure salary? What the fuck are you doing? Like, where's he go? I don't know. I don't know the answer. Where the fuck is it? You're doing nothing. What the fuck's the point? Yeah, Knives. When I was graduating college, a bunch of my friends, like the school I went to had a teaching college like attached to the university, so people could like just graduate with their undergrad right into the teaching college, and it was kind of what was it, Woodring? I don't know. Any teachers? Is that like famous? Apparently, it was kind of like ooh Woodring, but a lot of my friends were in it, and when they were graduating, the average teacher graduating out of a top-notch teaching school was making 21K a year. And that, I mean, I knew people working at Lowe's part-time making more than that. Uh, What? Same. Same. And like, you can make all the excuses like, oh, they get summers off. No, they don't. They get weekends off. No, they do not. Sarah, how many days off a year do you get? 3? I mean, seriously, like, I swear to God, there's a week turnover where Sarah's like, school's out and I'm back. Teachers don't have days off. They're there almost every fucking day because when the fuck do they do their own shit? They've got kids all day. Like, they have to grade papers and they have to do all the side stuff, buy their own goddamn supplies, pimp themselves on the internet so they can do that. Like, fuck. Yeah, 60 to 80-hour weeks. I completely believe that. Thinking back on even when I was in school, I remember my teachers were always there before we got there and they stayed after. Like, I remember getting out of sports practice 7 o'clock at night and my teachers would all still be in the building, in their classrooms alone, just doing something. It's not like this new phenomenon. This is an existential problem. I think it's just like everyone's just like, it's the nurse thing. Tell me if I'm wrong. Tell me if I'm totally off beat on this, Sarah and other teachers in chat. But when I was a respiratory therapist, it was the martyrdom syndrome. Oh, you're such a hero. No one could do this but you. You're amazing. You're making so many sacrifices. Oh God, what you do is invaluable. And it somehow is supposed to justify the fact that I can't pay any of my bills and I'm in Hawk. You know? It's a weird, like, that's society. That's not your boss or anything. That's literally what the world says to you all the time. And I didn't know one nurse who worked at one hospital. They always have more than one job because that's the only way you can get a full-time wage. It's fucking crazy. Teachers don't only work when they're in the classroom. Exactly. Yeah, it just baffles me that people are so willing to give, yet it's so hard just to do the same thing the cheap, fair way. It seems like such a no-brainer. I agree. And realistically, if the, country was like, we're going to have to raise taxes to supply crayons and pencils and paper. Pencils and paper bought en masse, like, honestly, pennies, if not fractions of pennies on the dollar is what our taxes would go up. And if it went up anymore, it means they're taking money and they're just throwing it at superintendents and shit again. Like, in my opinion, allegedly. They cannot justify anything like that. It's fucking ridiculous. Higher pay breeds a more positive environment. If you pay these teachers more, they'll want to put the time in and want to do the job outside of wanting to take care of the kids. Exactly. And like, think about if you're a teacher, you're working 5 days a week, 10 to 12 hours a day, and then you probably have a job on the side. If you don't have a partner making pretty good money, you probably have another job. So on top of being exhausted from your one job, you're then going to another job. You're having no time to yourself. Is that the person you want your child to spend over 2/3 of their life with? That's the person your child is going to remember more than your face. They see their teachers more than they see their parents these days. I know you guys were latchkey kids. You know exactly what I'm talking about. Like, that's who they spend their time with. And these people are struggling. And I'm surprised teachers aren't fucking more resentful. I mean, openly resentful. Probably because they're just wonderful human beings and they're surrounded by happy kids all day. I don't fucking know. because it feels like so broken. That martyr shit is so nasty. It's like manipulative isn't the word. What's the word for it? It's like psychological mind fuckery because you start to be like, I can't pay any of my bills, but like I'm really appreciated. It's like paying people in exposure. We've done it. It's exposure pay. But like pity words. Oh God, your mom was a teacher, worked on her stuff at home all the time. Yep. But people forget you're a hero if you want some money. Exactly. Isn't that disgusting? Like not even excessive money, just a living wage. Elementary is a really, really good show. I agree. I suggest everybody watch it. It's invaluable, but we can't pay you what it's actually worth. Thank you so much for sacrificing for this because we couldn't do it without you. Fuck off. It's horrible, but they're right. Like, what do we do if all the teachers quit? Hopefully pay them. Like, really, I don't know. Why don't grade school teachers have an assistant that becomes a substitute when needed? Oh, dude, because they'd have to pay them. The level of learning it takes to become a teacher, it's a master's degree, if not more, right? All my friends had to get a master's. So these people making under the poverty line have have exponentially more education than I do. And they were making half, if that, and working twice as much and probably getting sick 50 times more because they're in the petri dish. And I was in a fucking hospital. Isn't most school funding at state level? Honestly, I think so. I think it's state choices, yeah. Pencils are actually worth dog shit. Remember that Staples used to be like 1 cent 10 packs? Yes. They have 1 cent like 10 packs of pens and stuff too. Like you could that's the thing. It's crazy that they don't supply this stuff and that they refuse to. And that they're actually like encouraged. I mean, if you've seen elementary, you've seen the worst of it. They're encouraged instead of, hey, maybe we should legislate so teachers don't have to fucking fundraise for their students every year. Not that I mind helping, it just feels broken. I'd rather help with something extra. Like, I'd rather the state buy the essentials and then, like, we get to help them go on a cool field trip or something. But it's like, they don't have fucking toilet paper, Or tissue to blow their nose, for fuck's sake. That's the things that you're just... Okay. Sure. Financial Stockholm syndrome. That's a really good, horrible, yeah, yes. Here in Vegas, there's a Bishop Gorman High School, a religious private school that has better sports facilities than some colleges. And the nearest high school that my niece goes to is a fucking mess. I believe that 100%. Sports, man. It's because the teachers are not in it for the money. I know, and who would be? Like, I mean, I wasn't in the money when I went to be a nurse, but, like, I still felt I deserved to, like, be able to pay all my bills and not cry, Oh my God. Teacher appreciation is a can of Coke and a bag of Cheetos. Sarah, remember when they forgot respiratory therapy week and they put a sanitizer bottle in all of our boxes? I think I told the stream about that. This was so many years ago. But same, we have teacher appreciation week, whatever. They have respiratory appreciation month or something. And every one of my bosses completely forgot about it. And so like September 1st or something, after the week of respiratory, every single one of us had a little hand sanitizer bottle like this big stuck in our mailboxes. And that was like, thanks for unplugging all those dead people, guys. And being paid nothing for it. We really appreciate you. Would you like some hand sanitizer? Because we know that the hospital doesn't have any. Okay. Thank you so much. Thanks, kids, but an apple isn't gonna pay the rent, right? An apple doesn't help mama get some fucking crack cocaine to deal with your ass. You have to have a master's. That's what I thought. Yeah. But you can come out of high school and become a cop and make 5 times more in 3 weeks, which is wild. You've been masking at school again. No shit. Is it getting bad? Is it like kids sneezing and coughing and fucking like nasty again? Master's is another 1 to 2 years, depending on the school and major. Yeah. It's a lot of school. And a bachelor's a bachelor's theoretically should take 4 years, but on average it takes 7 years to complete because you can never get the classes in the right order or actually get into the class you need when it's available because it's already filled up. That's just a statistic across the US. It takes an average of 7 years just to get a bachelor's degree these days. But you're paying for almost 2 bachelors because most of the time financial aid will drop you if you don't maintain a full class load every single fucking quarter, even if all the classes you need for your said degree aren't available. And if you sign up for other classes without asking them that aren't for your degree, then they'll drop you again and you have to write an essay saying why you did it. And it's like, dude, what are we setting up the world for? These kids are going to come out just like oozing anxiety. What's a mandated reporter? Cocky, what is that? You guys want to watch some drums while we can keep talking? I just feel like I get really angry and heated about this kind of stuff, and I love my friend Sarah. Please check out this link and help out if you can. But honestly, like, you know, we're here to love and spread appreciation, and not everyone has money. Just go tell Sarah you fucking love her because she's awesome and she deserves it. Why did it autoplay? I swear to God, all I did was big screen it. Every time. Seahorse, no shit. I quit like 2 months before COVID. Not on purpose, obviously. No one knew COVID was going to happen, but yeah. It was wild. Like, and within the first 6 months, I lost 3 friends, nurses, before we knew what to do. They just got it and died within a few. It was horrible. Like, I don't know. I think I have a pretty decent immune system, but also, like, I dodged kind of a metaphorical bullet there. I still have my license. I maintain my medical license, I guess is what you're saying. We should all have jobs that we do out of our passion, not just to survive. I agree. But in order to do that, we need to pay people enough to survive. We need to pay people. And like, I think there's a lot of industries out there, and unfortunately, it's a lot of the ones like entertainment-wise that aren't. No one acknowledges that the people at the top are making 50 times more than anyone at the bottom, and it's just crazy. The disparity is wild. Like, they're just like, well, they deserve it, but like, what? I don't know. Cojones. Los cojones, whatever the fuck you call it. I wonder what's making the wooden box get the staccato snare sound. I almost wonder if there's like a rattle in it or something. Yeah. Because it's like he can control that. Because sometimes it didn't have that sound. I don't know, but it's very cool. Yeah, the artist, the singing, the voice was the meat, one and meat or something. What was it? One and meat. Una y carne. Yep. I kind of recognize their voice. I wonder if I listen to one of their bands. Imagine dying only to find out it was all a dream. Bitch, you made me go through all that. It wasn't even real. Fuck. I'd be so mad. Oh no. Absolutely not. Oh my God. I'm saving that. That song was not saved or previously listened in our list, and I want to save it because it's gorgeous. That song is so good. Oh man. I mean, if I wanted to look up music that was similar to this but didn't sound exactly the fuck like this, i.e., I don't want just Deftones to come up, like, what would you look for? Happy 420 and cheers.
Cheers, bitches. And everyone else that doesn't want to be a bitch, to each their own. I'd love some Apple music, please. Bless you.
I don't mean
to make fun.
Katie's a stupid name too. It's fine. I'm pretty sure I'm pronouncing it wrong like an idiot. Brain didn't catch up with that one in any way, shape, or form. My dudes, I have to take off a little bit early today because we have something at the post office, which I think is our tickets to motherfucking Burning Man. I'm so excited to be around humans. This is technically the first time in like since COVID. I'm so stoked. Fuck me sideways. But yeah, today was super fun. I will do drum music day any fucking day, anytime, anywhere. I could continue doing this for the next 6 hours. Like no shade, I would never ever get tired of this. It's great, and man, I've been a fan of all the music that they choose to cover, which is great. I don't know if we have the same taste, or if they know what's up, or if they know how to market themselves. I don't know. But on that note, I'm going to take off. I'm going to find someone to raid real quick, and then I'm going to take off, and we're going to cheers. Fuck you, Twitch load. Oh, yeah. So tomorrow is Monday, which is technically my D off. But if you miss my face a whole lot, I'm actually not off at all. At noon my time, which is the mountain time, I will be over on Twitch. No, youtube.com/The Wandering Inn. So weird, but we're over on YouTube now because Sheepy wanted to get away, which totally respect. That's their call. But I'm over there for the next 2 weeks doing the end of our show. And then Tuesday morning we're gonna start with some music that was given, but we didn't have time for because I didn't know about the post office closing so fucking early. And then I'm gonna try to work on some stuff for some special effects stuff that we're gonna do next week. Come hang out if you want to see maybe what it looked like when a horse tap danced on my face. I don't know. Could be cool. Could be traumatic. I might have to go and call my therapist. I don't know. We're going to try it though. It's going to be fun. It's going to be fun. We're going to have a great time. We're going to have a good time. I saw Lima Zulu Tango live. Why is he not coming up? There he is. Lima Zulu Tango's live. The wonderful leather artist and gamer. So we're gonna rate him. Last cheers. Be good. Wash your bong. Clean your water bottle. That white ring around the rim is fucking bacteria. Go for a walk and be kind because the world is fucking fucked up and everything's on fire. I love you, motherfuckers.